2021 rumors are here. Let's get into all this juicy news. Let's go. Alright, so let's just go quickly over the stuff that is coming out in the spring of 2021. These are coming out in March and April. So in March, we have coming out the Micro Fighters. This is going to be a Hoth Micro Fighters. Yes, another AT-AT. You can tell I'm not very excited. And a little Tauntaun. Awesome, who cares? Next, the Imperial Shuttle will also be coming out. And this one has terrible figures. I'm not even going to buy it because it's kind of stupid to review. Like, terrible figures. Good build. Done. Next, Poe's X-Wing will be coming out. It's a junior set, $20. And the Imperial Shuttle is $80, I believe. The Micro Fighters will be $20. Poe's X-Wing will be $20 as well, and it's a terrible build. Don't buy it unless you're buying it for like maybe a 5-year-old or something. Next up in March, we have some helmet series, and LEGO's done these helmet series since last year, and it looks like they're continuing the trend. So probably at $60, we'll have a Darth Vader helmet. That has been the rumor, and then a Scout Trooper helmet. I've heard the price point $50 being thrown around, but that seems kind of crazy to me. Chances are it's $60, just like the Darth Vader one. And then there's another helmet which we have nothing on, so I'm going to do some speculation here. I think LEGO's going to see how good the 501st Battle Pack has sold, and they're going to be doing a 501st Battle Pack, or 501st Clone Trooper helmet, which I think would be awesome. I think a ton of people would buy it, but LEGO probably isn't going to do that. They'd probably do something more along the lines of Mando, because you have the Boba Fett helmet, you have the Scout Trooper helmet, you have the Stormtrooper helmet, and now you have Mando's helmet, and they all kind of just go together. You could have this giant collection. That'd be super awesome for those people who want to spend all that money. And then we have the Probe Droid, which is supposed to be like a buildable Probe Droid thing at $70. So yeah, that's the scoop. So those are all of the spring sets. Now, in the summer and fall of 2021, we have a whole bunch more sets. Let me read off the list for you. We have set 75308, which is going to be direct-to-consumer set for $199, and then we have 75309, another direct-to-consumer set for $350. Then we have set 75310 for $20. Set 75311 is suspected to be the Advent Calendar, and it is $40. Set 75312 is $50. Set 75313 is another direct-to-consumer set or UCS set. This one's going to be $800. That's a lot of money for a bunch of plastic. And I love LEGO, but like that's a ton of money. And then set 75314, $99. Set 75315, $159. Set 75316 is $59, and all of these have 99 cents on the end of them. So yeah, in 2020, just giving you some more info here. In 2020, if you bought every single LEGO set that they released, it would be a grand total of $2,005. In 2021, however, if you add up all of the sets, if all of these actually come out and everything, you know, some of them might be canceled, some of them might not. You never know, right? But if you add them all up, it's $2,305, which is exactly $300 more than in 2020. It's kind of interesting. So maybe this explains why there's less sets, because they're all more expensive, which I'm not really a fan of. But if they're good sets, meaning Clone Wars and Mandalorian, I might be more inclined to buy them. So, you know, we can only hope. Now let's get into what I think these sets are going to be. Okay, so the first set 75308, the direct-to-consumer set for $199, I'm suspecting to be the UCS Republic Gunship. I can't imagine the Republic Gunship would be any more than any other. I couldn't imagine the Republic Gunship price point would be any that much higher than $200. Hopefully this will be sort of like a play set, even though it's not going to be, we all know that, but hopefully. So it depends on what it is. If it's like a playset, I might get it, but chances are probably not. These price points are way too high for me. So the next set we have is the other direct-to-consumer set, $350, set 75309, and a bunch of people have been throwing around ideas about this being an Endor bunker, and everyone's pretty set on this is an Endor bunker, and that makes sense because it's one of the last things that LEGO hasn't made in UCS form that is in the original trilogy, because LEGO just loves that original trilogy. We'll get into that in a minute. So, but Republic Studs also brought up the fact that Yavin 4 could be used. You see the concept images they did have a while back, but then never actually turned that into a set. It's never been touched, and perhaps LEGO might actually do it this year, and that could be interesting. But then I don't like to just say what other people are saying, so I'm going to throw in my own idea. And I know LEGO would never ever do this, but it would be really nice if they did a Geonosis Arena. I feel like that has a lot of hype. A lot of people have been asking for a Geonosis Arena. I don't know, maybe I'm just a little too excited, but that would be really cool if they did that. Set 75310, retailing for $19.99. I am suspecting to be a Moff Gideon versus Mando dual set, because I think probably because of COVID-19 and all of the things with their production line, they probably just backed it up, didn't release it in January. They're going to be releasing it in the summer, and it's going to be Moff Gideon versus Mando. That will be the dual set, and you'll get a nice Moff Gideon minifigure along with the new Mando, which is in the Trouble on Tatooine set, which is an awesome figure. I can't wait to get my hands on it. My other idea would be a tiny A-Wing, and what I mean by tiny A-Wing is just an A-Wing that fits in the scale with the TIE Fighter and X-Wing that we've gotten in January of 2021. I feel like they're going to make all of those ships in a smaller scale now, and so $20 just makes sense for a price point of that, because they're already making large A-Wings with like 177 pieces, as you can see, and so they're probably going to be toning that down just a little. I don't really know if it'd be possible for them to do it, but you know, a guy can dream, even though I don't even want that to happen. I would really like Moff Gideon versus Mando. Anyway, set 75311 is the advent calendar, $40. I don't care, I don't buy the advent calendars, so this doesn't really mean anything to me at all. Set 75312 is $50. What I'm thinking for this would be something to do with the Bad Batch, perhaps something we haven't even seen yet that's in the Bad Batch, because LEGO, obviously there's a trailer of the Bad Batch. Like, LEGO could go in there, because obviously Disney has a lot of stuff for that show done. LEGO could go in there, find something that looks cool, and make that. That would be really awesome if they did that. But chances are it's going to be a small Y-Wing. The X-Wing, the small X-Wing that just came out in January 2021, its price point was $50. The tiny Y-Wing, or smaller Y-Wing, at $50. That would just make a lot of sense, in my opinion, for them to do it. I'm not a big fan of all these original trilogy ships being remade, but I think that's what's going to happen. That's just what I think LEGO has been doing.
There's like one option for this, because LEGO wouldn't even dare putting that price point on something that's not original trilogy. And since the last Death Star just retired, chances are it's another Death Star. I mean, they just can't get around this giant gray ball of plastic in the sky. And it's so heavy, it's not even going to be on the sky, it's going to be on a display stand. There's absolutely no way I'm getting this set. No way at all. $800 is way too much money. Maybe this one will actually have panels, and maybe flip up panels, which will make it make there be a reason for why it's $800, but man, that's just an insane price point.
75314 is going to be $99.99, and chances are it's a Bad Batch shuttle from the Bad Batch TV show, but I want to get my hopes up, because LEGO doesn't seem to care about these random TV shows like Clone Wars Season 7, and they barely recognize the Mandalorian's existence, but they did recognize it with a lot of sets. But Trouble on Tatooine, I mean, they did do the Razor Crest, which is way more than they did for Clone Wars Season 7. But, I mean, one could argue that they did do the 501st Battle Pack, but that should have happened ages ago. If it wasn't for the fans, that one wouldn't have happened, so I don't really count that. LEGO just kind of neglected that, so chances are they're going to neglect the Bad Batch too, but I couldn't imagine what else would be, unless it is a Mandalore-themed ATTE, or some other ATTE, because LEGO doesn't want to admit that Mandalore exists. So an ATTE, perhaps they come with like Ahsoka and 332nd Troopers manning the ATTE, maybe a Gar Saxon or something, maybe a Rook, who knows. And I think that would be super awesome. And then for set 75315, if it's an ATTE, then chances are that set 75315 at $160 is a drop ship for the ATTE. And this is my line of thinking. It'd be a drop ship with something else along with it. So the dropship wouldn't have another ship. It'd be just the dropship to pick up the ATTE from the other set, right? You would have to get both, right? But the dropship would also come with like maybe a very grand stand or something, like a very large, way complicated stand for the dropship. So that would make it $160. I could just hope. Like, I'm just hoping at this point. So, yeah. But otherwise, $160, that would be perfect for Moff Gideon's flagship. But I kind of see LEGO making that. But at the same time, it's like, not really, because they never seem to want to make the flagships. So, I'm not really sure what that one's going to be. Honestly, it's probably going to be another original trilogy thing. But with that being said, let's go into 75316, the last set on my list, and it is $60 price point. I'm thinking a tiny B-Wing, because if they do the Y-Wing, the A-Wing, the B-Wing, and then they'll have the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter all in smaller scale, then they'll release this giant Death Star to go with it, and the Imperial Shuttle. I think that's what LEGO's going to do. Then they're going to keep those sets there for, like, eternity. So that's just what I think. I hope it doesn't happen, because I really don't want that to happen, but I think that's what's going to happen. And then, if it's not a tiny B-Wing, I couldn't really think of anything. I doubt LEGO would do anything prequel trilogy or Clone Wars related. Maybe Bad Batch related, but I doubt it. So I'm thinking something sequels, because LEGO doesn't seem to want to realize that the sequels are terrible, and they keep making sets of them. So chances are it's something sequels.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button and the subscribe button for me. Hit the bell, do all the things. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.